Ladies and gentlemen of the Yu-Gi-Oh community, I am D3 Air King, and today I want to give my idea for the game we all love in order to bring a different style of fun in my own way. I will leave the entire idea in the comments and in the description. I also want to give a shout out to my amazing friends Donnie and Sid for helping me create this game mode for Yu-Gi-Oh. They always have said they didn't do anything, but honestly, if it wasn't for them helping me playtest this idea and give me feedback, I'd still be adding more stuff to it. So thank you guys so much, and I can't wait to kick your butts in plenty more duels. Alright, let's get into the topic at hand. Once again, I will leave the entire idea in the comments and in the description. My idea is called Yugioh Time Rift, Maliic the Malignant Deviant. This is the standard version of my idea, and I say that because you and your friends can change, whatever you feel like it needs to, that fits your group. But this is the base template. If you have questions or concerns about my idea, leave them in the comments, and hopefully I'll get around to you. I also want to say I put a lot of thought into this idea, and I hope everyone will grow to love it. The standard version of this game is 3v3, so you and 5 of your other friends, but you can play this however you want. So I guess a 6v6 game, 2v2, something like that. But in order to play this game, you will need, at least for the standard version, you'll need 6 different decks. Of course, you and your friends. 3 banned cards of your group's choice. At least 1 6-sided die. A writing utensil, paper, and your group's imagination. And I say imagination because there is a short story that I designed for this game, for like characters and role play and whatnot, but those aspects do not have to be implemented if you and your group choose not to do so. But the synopsis of the short story is that the main character, Maliic, stole his powers from his parents, turning them into his puppets, and would have done the same to his sister Celica, but she escaped using their father's time staff. She then searches to find 3 duelists to defeat her brother Maliic. Now this is where the role playing starts to come in. You can either play on one of 2 teams. There's Maliic's team or the duelist team. The base game consists of Maliic and his 2 parents as his dueling puppets. However, the puppets can be friends or family of the duelist's team characters. For instance, if duelist 1 is Yugi, then puppet 1 can be Joey, Kaiba, or Solomon. Also know that any era of Yu-Gi-Oh can be used in this idea. For the duelist side, you can be whoever you wish to be from Yu-Gi-Oh, or a character you created, or even yourself. Also, if more than one of you want to be a certain character like Jaden, then each player wanting to be Jaden should be a different version of him, such as Season 1 Jaden of GX, Supreme King Jaden, etc. The 3 standard banned cards for this game is Pot of Greed, Imperial Order, and Royal Decree. In this game, the banned cards are used as in-game special abilities to assist the duelist against Maliic. Now that the small stuff is out of the way, we can start the game. In order to start, we need to take 1 die for each team and roll them to see which team goes first. You may need to change the seating arrangement a bit, or just remember the order of all players. If Maliic's team is going second, your group can have or could have an order of play starting with Duelist 1, then going to Puppet 1, Duelist 2, then go to Puppet 2, Duelist 3, and then finally Maliic. That could be the layout of your group's rotation. Next, we dimension the dice. This happens at the beginning of every rotation. Only during the first rotation of dimension the dice does Maliic and all of the duelists roll their dice together to see if they get a special ability. The puppet players don't ever dimension the dice. Also, for the rest of the duel, each player on the duelist team can choose to either roll the die during dimension the dice or not to. Once those duelists do decide to dimension the dice, if the duelist rolls a 2, 4, or 6, they can then gain access to the banned cards. Each duelist can also choose the same card if they want. The Pot of Greed allows you to draw 2 cards during your draw phase, and for that rotation, your opponents cannot stop your effects that allow you to draw cards. Imperial Order allows you to be immune from Team Maliic's spells for that rotation and negates their spells during your turn. Royal Decree makes you immune to traps for the whole rotation and negates Team Maliic's traps during your turn. If the duelists were to roll a 1, 3, or 5, they will receive damage equal to the roll times 100. Or they can choose for their monsters, if any, to lose that in attack and defense. If Maliic rolls a 6 during the first dimension the dice, that person playing Maliic, whether they be male or female, does not matter. But for story purposes, I will say he for Maliic. He can then put a god card to the side for later. If not, then they must take damage equal to the roll times 100. If any duelists, on the duelist side now, if any duelist hits 0 life points during this game, they must choose any 1 monster card for each of their teammates that's still alive from their field, graveyard, or banish zone, even if the card was face down, and special summon those monsters to their teammates' field. So just 1 monster per teammate. You can give them whichever one, even if it was a fusion or some extra deck monster. You can give that to your teammate. Lastly, there are a few abilities Maliic can use throughout this grand duel. First ability states that Maliic can choose 1 card from outside their own deck to set aside for later. This card must be something simple, such as Burden of the Mighty. Your card of choice must not be able to banish or destroy your opponent's cards. In order to use this card ability during Maliic's turn, he must pay 500 life points first. Then he can just choose to go ahead and play that card into an open spot in his spell and trap zone. It's a bit iffy as far as when it comes to like monsters. I do believe I want that extra card to be a spell or a trap card. I think for the standard version, I'd rather it be that more so than anything else. Second ability states that if Maliic has any puppets left on his team, when his life points hit 0, he then takes the place of one of his puppets. So for replay purposes, one of the puppet players becomes the new Maliic. You don't take your buddy's deck because you're Maliic. You go ahead and scoop up your cards and you let that next person in line become Maliic. Also, if Maliic is down to just one puppet player plus himself, he gains the ability to draw 2 cards per his turn. The puppet players do not gain this ability. If Maliic already plays any card that gives him 2 draws per turn, like Time Tearing Morganite, then he can't draw 2 more cards. If Maliic is alone and all puppet players are out of the game, Maliic is allowed to draw 3 cards per his turn. If Maliic already has a card giving him 2 extra draws, then he can just draw 1 extra card, making his total 3. Now these last 2 abilities depend on if Maliic rolled a 6 or not during the very first dimension the dice. If Maliic rolled a 6, once he is the last one on his team standing and his life points are 1000 or less, and only 1 duelist remains, Maliic may summon the god card that he chose earlier. Ra is given 4000 attack and 3000 defense. Slifer, the executive producer, is given an extra 1000 attack added to his effect and 2500 defense. The god card summoned cannot be negated. The summon of the god cards cannot be negated, and they cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, if they are banished the next turn, they are the next turn from Maliic, they will be brought back to the field. I think I need to clarify that for how I got it in my notes. If Maliic didn't roll a 6, once he is standing alone against the final duelist and his life points are 1000 or lower, he can summon his highest attack monster from anywhere on the field, including the banished zone, but it must be face up or either the main deck. However, the effects are negated for 3 turns. So for instance, let's say someone banished your Mirror Jade. As long as that Mirror Jade was banished face up, you can go ahead and special summon that if it is your highest attack monster that you got out of your main out of your banished zone or main deck, or even from your graveyard, I believe. I had to double check my notes. Alright, but continuing on. Burn decks in this game are allowed, but only the first time that team activates a burn card during each rotation does it do full damage. Every other turn during that rotation, the damage is halved. So, let's say you've got one of your friends that wants to play a burn deck. Chain burn is very annoying to be destroyed. It's very annoying to die by. We'll just say it like that. It's very annoying to die by, and I've dealt with it. Like, I've done it to people on Master Duel. It is not fun to lose that way. I know some people would be like, well, tough shit. It is what it is. However, for the sake of this game, because I want everybody to have some fun with this, I felt like I had to, pull back when it comes to burn decks and not let them do so much in this game. So, like I was saying, for instance, if they're playing, trying to think of some burn cards, but hold on one second. Alright, there we go. Let's say they played Banquet of Millions. They had the craziest draw of all time, and they had the Banquet of Millions and three DD Dynamites in hand. And they got everything set on the field. You didn't have Feather Duster. No one on your team for some reason had Feather Duster, and it's the beginning of maybe the next rotation. When that person activates the first DD Dynamite, your whole team will take the full damage. However, when the other two go off, it should be half the damage and not the full thing. I still think that would probably be way too much, but that's why I'm leaving it up for you and your friends to decide. Do y'all want to even add in decks like that can just 1 to 2 turns kill you? I do want this to be available for meta players that that play cool look casual formats and whatnot. So just not to leave anybody out, because they need a break from that crap too. The meta game is gonna be the meta game, but even they need to catch a breather every once and again. We all just need a break from competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! And just have some type of fun, and that's why I was making this game mode. But what is that? I want to say that's it on the burn damage. Oh, yep, I'm going right into it. I just like I was just saying, I just wanted everyone to have fun with this idea. Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs a way to bring back the old feelings in ways we used to play, and I believe I have found a good start. Share my idea with your friends and family that love Yu-Gi-Oh! And hopefully Konami will accept this game as tribute to all the work that they have done to keep Yu-Gi-Oh! Alive. Playtest my idea at least 2 times and have fun. And number one reason why I say 2 times is because when you play it just once, in the standard version, at least I'll say the first time around, maybe there's some things you want to tweak about it. You'll probably have a little bit of fun with this game mode, even if you probably don't like it. I still say give it a second shot before you just throw it away. And on the second shot, go all the way in with the role playing and being extra with your friends and just having fun. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's what we really need in Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowadays, way more than ever, is just everybody chilling out, enjoying themselves, not trying to be top dog all the dang time, and just chilling the hell out. Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't need to be just a competitive mosh pit all the damn time. It doesn't. But also, at this moment, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to all the other amazing content creators out here on this platform, from Yu-Gi-Oh! And even Twitch. Team APS, Red New, Kelly Effect, Joshua Schmidt, Mega Capital G, MBT, Dzef, the Duel Logs, Farfa, DP Yugioh, Stevie Blunder, Distant Coder, Team Samurai, Hardleg Gaming, Uruz, it is spelled Uruz, Hyde Audio Dramas, and Fabersoul. Shout out to them and the amazing content they've been putting out here over the years. Even if they haven't been on here for years, they've been on here longer than I have. And I just wanted to go ahead and give them a quick little shout out. Thank you guys for the amazing content. And thank you guys for listening to my video. Hopefully you guys will love this game mode. Go out with your friends. Try it out. Hopefully we can, at some point in our lives, get Konami to make something fun for Master Duel that will be a staple. Some game mode that they can keep on there. Because that team battle shit is not it. Team battle is not it. And hopefully we can change casual mode as a community. And I don't know, get something going. But once again, thank you all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Good night. Whenever you listen to this, just go out and enjoy yourself and continue to play Yu-Gi-Oh!